While we were camped in West Dawson, we took the free ferry over to Dawson City several times. Sometimes in the camper, sometimes in the truck, and sometimes just by foot.
Girlfriend's still working.
The other guy is too.
Well, have a nice evening.
Thank you. Hey everyone.
Hey,
I'm Jen.
I'm Doug.
And we are the Traveling Millers. And in this video, we are in Dawson City.
Yes.
In the Yukon. And we are going to just kind of show you around Dawson City. We will take you on a historic tour that we did. Yeah. And kind of just show you around the town. That's all we really did here was, you know, kind of just toured around, looked at some of the buildings, and we had some friends with us.
Yes. And
we had a really good time with them.
yeah, we did.
And we even, we took a drive up the Dempster Highway.
Yep, to beautiful...
Tombstone Territory.
Tombstone Territory.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we're going to show you a little bit of that. And so we just wanted to give you a heads up of what's coming up in this video. Oh, and stick around because... we do a fun little legend tradition. So stick around. You don't want to miss that.
Yep. Should be good.
So this is the visitor center where we met everyone for our historic tour. Here's some pictures of the inside. These were some ginormous moose antlers. It was a very, very interesting visitor center. They had a lot of stuff in there. This is describing the moose antlers. The gold scale. This was an original gold scale. These are just some pictures of around the town while we were walking around. Such a cool hardware store. They had so much interesting stuff in there. We did not get to eat at Sourdough's, but we heard that it's really good. The famous downtown hotel saloon. This is the only grocery store they had in town. This was inside a place we got ice cream. And now on to the historic tour.
So 1886, there was gold discovered down at 40 Mile. Maybe about 40 miles from here. Maybe not quite exactly 40 miles, but close enough to get the name 40 Mile. Fast forward about 10 years, gold was now discovered up in the Klondike goldfields on a creek called Rabbit Creek. Wasn't a good enough name when they found gold, so they switched it to Bonanza. It's got a lot better ring to it for something so successful. Now there was 4 key folks with this discovery of gold. That was George Carmack and his wife Chantal, or Kate, and her relatives, Tagish First Nation relatives, Skookum Jim and Tagish Charlie. Like every good story, depends who you ask on who says they actually were the core discoverers of the gold. What we do know is that discovery claim, where it was found in 1896, was registered in George Carmack's name. Dawson is quite isolated. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, long ways off the beaten path. So for that news of all this gold that was discovered up here to reach the outside world, it took quite a while. So gold was discovered 1896. Wasn't until 1897 when there was 2 large steamships rolled into Seattle and San Francisco, each carrying 1 ton of Klondike gold on each. That's when things really started to. From that time in 1897, after seeing those ships, over 100,000 people decided that's for me, I'm gonna do it, and started their march up north. So they would have to go by steamship along the coast, land at a place called Skagway or Dyea, and they would climb the Chilkoot Pass. Very long journey, quite a steep elevation, and the biggest thing about this Chilkoot Pass, they had to carry 1 ton of supplies with them. Some of the supplies they had to bring, so 1 ton of goods equating to about 1 year's worth of supplies per person. Did you guys bring 8 sacks of flour that were 50 pounds each? No. How about yourself? Did you bring 150 pounds of bacon? No. I like bacon, but not 150 pounds.
2 pounds.
2 pounds, there you go. So you would have to just grab a little bit more to make it over that Chilkoot. But the amount of supplies that they had to bring was astronomical. Do this Chilkoot Pass 30 or 40 trips, up and down, trying to grab all of this 1 ton of supplies. Once you finally made it over the pass, you weren't here yet. You arrived to Lake Bennett, where basically you would either have a boat waiting for you, construct a boat, anything that would float along the river, that's what you would grab. You would finish your journey going downstream from Lake Bennett all the way to Dawson. When you finally arrived here, perfect, successful. Maybe not. 1897, that there was about ready to be a famine in Dawson. There was a lot of people coming up between folks at 40 Mile, some of these folks in 1897 that had kind of arrived earlier on. So they didn't really think they had enough goods and supplies to help feed everybody for the winter. Their solution to this was a $200,000 relief fund that was going to be used to bring 539 reindeer from Norway all the way to Dawson. It's not sure if it was used, the reindeer were supposed to bring the food with sleds or if they were supposed to be used as food. So there's a little bit of discrepancy with that. Good idea in theory. Only bad thing about it is they showed up a year and a half late and about 400 reindeer short. Even the reindeer really struggled with the conditions coming over that Chilkoot Pass and conquering all of what the stampeders had to do. A lot of the supplies were brought up with stern wheelers like this boat behind me. The river was really integral for transportation of goods, transportation of people, and so basically this was your lifeline. Anything you needed brought in was coming along the Yukon River. But it is a cool comparison as it is one of the smallest that was in the Yukon River at the time. If you've been to Whitehorse, they actually have the largest paddle wheeler down there that was used during that time as well. Only bad thing about that is this river is only accessible about 5 months of the year. Any other time than that, gets pretty cold, starts to freeze up, and your boats are no longer able to go through the ice. Same thing as that lovely humming in the background, that's the George Black Ferry. It connects Dawson with West Dawson on that side over there. Only able to be in the river for about 5 months of the year. Any other time, West Dawson is cut off from the rest of Dawson over here. Welcome to the bank, everyone. So this was the original location of the Bank of British North America. In 1898, it started off as a tent, was later changed into a log cabin, which unfortunately burned down, and then this building is what replaced it in around 1899. Colored building. This was actually one of the last operating brothels in Dawson. Anyone want to have a guess on when it closed?
This one right here?
Oh, sorry, this white one right here. Yeah.
Last night?
I knew it. I was waiting for someone to say that. Yeah. A little older than that. Yes, somebody said in the 60s. You're exactly right. So this was Ruby's place. It shut down in 1962, was openly ran as a brothel since 1935. by a madame named Ruby. Ruby's place, Ruby. I love the very simplistic names we have around here. Essentially, I just wanted to stop. We'll talk a little bit more about the role of sex work and prostitution and brothels once we get to the saloon. This actually was originally known as McDonald's Saloon. Wasn't named after the fast food restaurant, it was actually named after a fella named Simon McDonald who opened this saloon in 1902. The name kind of switched from McDonald's Saloon to the Hub to Dell's Place to what we know it as the Red Feather Saloon. Now this saloon is a pretty cool project that we are quite proud of with Parks Canada. I'll show you guys a photo of what it would have looked like just a handful of years ago when Parks Canada took it over in the 70s. Looks a little bit different. We had to climb up quite a few more sets of stairs. Modern day, much smaller, less extravagant post office kind of across the street. So this one here was built actually in the 1900s by a fellow named Thomas Fuller. So his main job, he was an architect, he designed about 6 other buildings in town. Biggest purpose for that was to kind of set up Dawson as a state of permanence.
So after our history tour, we went over to Diamond Tooth Gertie's and saw one of the CanCan shows. I have to say we were pretty disappointed in the show. But then on to the saloon where we had a wonderful dinner with friends and we all did the sourdough cocktail challenge.
You drink it slow, but your lips must touch this darn toe. Just your lips, your teeth, your tongue, It's too.
Oh gosh.
Your head's all backwards.
Chug, 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 chug.
He knows how to do it. It's like he's done that before.
Suck a toe or two.
He's a professional. Awesome.
Got a couple of new, but I forgot
Something. It's Miller time.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Jennifer, are you ready? Too bad. Here we go. Take it fast. But your lips must touch the star.
I saw that.
All right.
Taking the train to Acres, drive the train right past the city.
You got it.
Right next to the train. Had a girl.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you guys, those certificates, we recommend you laminate them and frame them. If you have a different certificate, a degree, or psychiatric evaluation,
Thank you, sir.
you can drink it fast. You can drink it slow, but your lips must touch this gnarly toe. Just your lips. No teeth, no tongue, no tongue. This is the wussy toe. Sláinte. All right. Take it back. We'll go up there.
It's too big of a
It's too big of a toe.
No, I got to tilt it back.
There you go. Tilt it back.
Way back. Way back. There. Toe slam.
Nailed it.
Stephen, here's the evidence of your folly.
Thank you.
Welcome to the house.
I think you got a little cut here from the nail.
All right, that was fun.
Real fun.
Yeah. Steve and Judy were there with us, and we had a really good time.
Yeah.
And so if you don't know what the sourdough cocktail is, it's a legend that started back in the 1920s. It says, legend has it that the original toe belonged to a bootlegger who lost it to frostbite in the 1920s and put it in moonshine. Flash forward to 1973, when Yukon riverboat captain Dick Stevenson found the preserved toe in an abandoned cabin, put it in a drink, and the sourdough cocktail was born. So that became the tradition, and Captain Dick Stevenson is no longer around. He passed away, I think, back in 2002, I think I read. And but Captain, what do we say his name? Terry Lee?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Captain Terry Lee is now the one that has done it since then. And he's a good guy. He was fun.
Yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah, and the food at that saloon was really good.
Definitely a thumbs up.
Yeah, what'd you get? You got the chicken club sandwich, and
It was good.
I tried it, and I regretted my decision on not getting that. So anyway, if you ever get in Dawson, you have to do it. It's fun.
Yeah. Good times.
Hey guys, it's me again. I realized when I was editing that we never actually told you what the sourdough cocktail was. Excuse me. What it is you get to pick your choice of your choice of alcohol that you want. And they give you a shot of whatever choice you got. Like I picked Yukon Jack, and Doug picked tequila. So you get your choice. There's a few different things you can choose from. So anyway, you get your shot of that, and then when they call your name, you take it up there, and it is actually a dehydrated toe, I guess. I don't know. But it's an actual real human toe. And what they do is they put it in your drink of choice, and you have to do the shot. But the toe has to touch your lips. You cannot touch it to your teeth, your tongue. You cannot eat it. I can't imagine somebody ever wanting to do that, but I guess apparently somebody has. But you will be fined if you do that. So we asked them where they got the toes, and they said that they actually get volunteers who volunteer their toes. This has been going on for many years. So, and the funny thing is, when we left the saloon, we were walking out back, and there is a morgue out back. So If you want to know where the toes come from, I'm guessing that's it. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of explain what the actual cocktail is. So the next morning, the four of us got up early and we decided to drive up the Dempster Highway. We drove all the way up to the Tombstone Territory Mountains area. There's a visitor center up there. And then beyond that, there is the mountains, and it's incredible, incredibly beautiful drive. We did not drive all the way as far as you can. You can drive it all the way up to the Arctic Ocean, which we did not choose to do this trip, but it is on our bucket list. So right past the visitor center, there's a campground that has an enclosed eating area, cooking area even, which is nice with all the mosquitoes. Plus it was drizzling rain that day. And Stephen graciously grilled us some hot dogs for lunch. What do you think, Doug? Is this not incredible?
It is. This is where I'd love to do a hike through this. This would be incredible.
You've got like 50 mosquitoes on you.
Yeah. That's the only thing not incredible.
So this was as far as we drove that day. It ended up totaling to be around 50-55 miles. And it was a beautiful drive, except until we started to drive back to the campground. As you can see, it turned nasty. But overall, it was a wonderful day and a beautiful, beautiful area. All right, hope you enjoyed that as much as we did.
That was fun. Good times.
Yeah, so if you did like the video, please give us a thumbs up.
Subscribe, hit that notification bell.
Yeah, that way you know when our next video is released. I'm not consistent. It takes me a while. We're still new at this, so
Yeah.
I try to get them out as soon as I can, but it does take a while. So
She's doing great.
thank you. Okay, so remember,
Life's a blessing.
so enjoy the journey. Bye, guys. Be sure to watch for our next video where we cross over into Alaska.